Good morning, broadcasters. Welcome to another episode of 360 Seconds, the latest news and commentary for broadcast professionals. Pax Moore here reporting for TKT 1957. Let's discuss the latest news in tech with our respected expert, Philip Grossman. Don't forget to give the program a like and subscribe. So, Philip, we know that you're Team Canon. So what are your thoughts on the Canon announcing the EOS R5 Mark II, slated to be released in August of this year, with the price tag of 4,299, around 5,200 euros in Europe?
Well, so I am a Canon shooter. Been a Canon shooter. My first digital SLR was a Canon. I've had all the 5Ds, the various ones to the Mark IV. I do have the R5, so it's a great camera. I'd say this is an evolutionary step, not a revolutionary step. Some of the biggest gripes that people had with the original one was around its overheating with its shooting in 8K RAW. I think they've corrected that. They've seemed to have fixed that issue. There's always a issue back and forth about why there's a 29-minute and 59-second recording limit. That part of it's because of an EU regulation. I think that regulation has changed, so it's not an issue anymore. So it's a great camera. I think the price, I get the increase in price from the normally 36 to 3,900. I think the original one, so it's not a significant up increase in the pricing, but it is increase in pricing. The main issue I've always had with that camera, and with any digital SLRs, don't get me wrong, it's not just Canon, but it's that the jello effect on the sensor. It's a CMOS sensor. They supposedly say that it's a 60% faster readout, so getting rid of that rolling shutter effect. I haven't been able to test the camera, so I'm not 100% sure if they have corrected. If they have, that's fantastic. I think the addition of the several different autofocus features are great. Being able to do 8K 60 is great for sports people. 30 frames per second a capture rate, which, to be quite honest, I just go into 8K RAW and do 30 frames per second, 8K RAW, and then pull the stills from that. It's sort of the same thing or close enough. So I think it's a great camera. It's a great step in the right direction. I haven't decided if I'm going to upgrade yet or not. I'm still on the fence. There's some other tech out there. I'm waiting to see whether that comes about before I make my move. But anybody who is a camera shooter who isn't on the R5, it's definitely worth the upgrade from the 5D. If you're on an R5, you really got to sort of think about what the use case is for your camera, whether it's mostly stills or stills and video or mostly video.
Cinetreak has just released Mixer Live, which is a compact live streaming device now priced at $399. What are your thoughts on this, Phil?
So I don't know. When I first saw it, I'm like, this is really a neat little product. It's the price point is fantastic, especially for people who are just starting to get into streaming. It's only got 2 HDMI inputs, which isn't a reason not to buy the device. But what's a little perplexing is it's got 4 source destination outputs on the keyboard itself. So maybe it can take in some IP. I think as a device for somebody who's just getting into streaming, just getting into mixing, or needs to do something in a small live event, this is a sort of a good product to start with because the price performance is there. I mean, compared to, let's say, a higher end, a 10 mini, which provides more inputs and more capabilities, but at a almost twice the price. This is a great tool to get started with.
SipRadius and MistServer are introducing SipVault. This new product will improve teamwork for broadcast teams by integrating secure intercom and messaging capabilities. We would love to know your thoughts on this. How would it impact teamwork and directly streaming, IP streams and everything? Like, how do you feel like that would affect things?
So they're really embracing the IP telephony technology, SIP in particular. I'm not a big intercom person, meaning I don't use it a lot. I'm usually not involved with that. However, the secure aspect and the messaging aspect, I think, is great. It really does, since we are moving towards this sort of Remy type production, remote productions where teams are spread all over the place. This does help in the collaboration. The fact that it has a messaging capability built into it, I think, also helps. So if you have to send a document, you have to send something in text as opposed to just talking, because then you have lots of people talking. The secure feature, I think, is great. I think some of the others have some secure capabilities, or the security is based on your VPN. Having that built in, I think, just makes this a much more robust single solution type product. So I think it's got a great future in the market.
Awesome. Many thanks to our expert, Philip Grossman. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next Monday. Thank you.